My name is Florence Green, and show you some of my quilts that I have hanging around. A few years ago, the Dixie Quilt Guild has a challenge every year, and this year it was going green, and we was to use at least 50% used fabric on the front. And this has all used fabric except the border. And I got most of it at the senior center at their gift shop, and they were 25 cents each that I got. And the blue background was a pair of polyester pants. And this somebody had made a skirt that went clear to the floor, so it was a lot of fabric, include this was in it, and I got it for 25 cents. So a lot of it was. The only problem with this, when I went to quilt it, down here in the corner was a little hole in the fabric that I hadn't noticed before. So by then everything was quilted except right there. So I put the dogs over it, covered the hole. I just like the pattern of this one, and so I thought it was fun. It was a fun one just to make. And you used a different wool fabric you can find, like this. So many of them are just solid colors.
What does applique mean?
Well, I don't know the right term, but it's you take a piece of fabric and cut it out the shape you want, and then you sew it on a background. Cotton, you have to turn the edges under. Wool, you don't. So.
Okay, anything you want to say about this?
Just that I took the pattern from a teapot I had bought. So, and I just thought it needed to be a quilt. This is just another pattern I liked. Come on, get down here. This took me about 16 months to make, because it's all hand sewed together and hand quilted. But I love to do it, and I had a pattern for just one of the baskets, but there was a picture of the whole quilt. So the border and the triangles around the side, I had to draw my own pattern to make it work. That one is from about Africa. The lady did the pattern, Sue Sparkle, was born and raised in Africa, and they moved around to several of the countries there. And so she drew it from her memory that she had from all these things. So it's an African safari. Well, I just liked the pattern. It was called Affairs of the Heart. And I entered it on display only at our first quilt show we ever had. And it got viewer's choice. There was about 300 quilts hanging, and the people liked this one the best, most of them.
Beautiful.
So, a friend, I was called chairman of the the two of us taught beginners applique for the Quilt Guild. And that was one of the patterns they picked out they wanted to learn how to do. Two of them did such a good job that when they put it in the quilt show to be judged, they got first and second place. I didn't have mine judged, so, because I didn't want to, but they did get first and second, which was really nice. Well, I wasn't sure when I saw, I loved the pattern when I saw it online, but it was one big piece and I wasn't sure I could handle it anymore. But while I was thinking about it, I had a granddaughter here and she looked at it, and before I knew it, she had it ordered. So I really enjoyed making it. It did turn out that it wasn't as bad as I thought it might be. And I just really enjoyed doing it. It was fun to make, and I have made t-shirts for Thanksgiving. I put that little turkey on it that says "Eat Beef." And for Halloween, I put some of that on a t-shirt, because when I was line dancing, we would wear something for that month. And I used patterns from this one on several things like that. Well, my mother was a quilter. She did piece quilts. She never did applique, but I helped her. And then when I got married, I was busy having kids, so I didn't do too much. So probably when I was in my 30s or early 40s, that's when I really started quilting for myself again. But I always loved applique, so I decided to try it, and I loved it. And so I still do a few piece quilts, but mostly I do applique. And I love to do reverse applique too, which is fun. It's just, and I have raised 4 sons, and got about 20 grandchildren, 30-something great. I'm working on the greats. They keep having them, and I can't keep track. And I've been alone for 27 years now. So I took up line dancing to use up my time besides the quilting.